Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a quick look at the Barricade Skid Plate, available for all Barricade off-road front bumpers, fitting your 2018 through 2020 F-150. Now, you should be checking out this option if you're looking to increase the protection to the underside front side of your truck by adding a very stout skid plate to your existing Barricade HD off-road front bumper. So the big feature here is the fact that you are adding even more protection with the skid plate on top of the already burly Barricade HD off-road bumper. Now, it is going to increase the protection for some of your lower front end vitals, which, if left uncovered, could get damaged by an obstacle or rock off-road. Now, I do want to make this perfectly clear here, guys. This skid plate is only going to work with that modular Barricade HD off-road bumper, which, by the way, is item number T542573. Now, with that being said, this will not work with your factory bumper or other aftermarket bumpers, so just keep that in mind. Now, your construction is going to mimic that of the Barricade bumper, which we've been talking about. So with that in mind, expect that same cold formed 5/32 plate steel construction, along with the dual stage epoxy powder coat to not only flow with that existing Barricade bumper perfectly, but also protect that steel from corrosion long term. Now, the skid plate does also include all of the necessary hardware to get everything in place with that existing Barricade bumper. Now, your price point here for the skid plate is going to land in that low to mid $100 range, which for functional protection is rather affordable overall. Believe me, guys, it's going to cost you a lot more than that to fix whatever it is you bang up underneath the front end without the skid plate in place. So certainly something to keep in mind there. Switching gears, let's get into the install, and the site's going to call this a solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours at absolute most to complete from start to finish. Now let's head out to the shop, let's check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a flathead screwdriver, a 15mm socket, and a 5mm Allen bit. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a skid plate on our Barricade bumper on our F-150, so let's get started. So to install this skid plate, you are going to need the Barricade HD off-road front bumper, which can be found on the website. Now, the first thing we're going to do is remove these two 15mm bolts that hold our factory skid plate in place, and then we can install the U-clips for our new skid plate. So now we can take a 15mm socket to remove our 2 bolts. Next, we can remove our 2 U-clips that our bolts went into so that we can install our new ones. So we'll take a flathead screwdriver to pop these out. And now with those removed, we'll install our new clips. So now we have it slid over, but we need to line it up with our hole. So we can just put our flathead on the edge there and pry that into position. And now we can do that same thing for our second clip. So now we can lift our skid plate up into place. We'll get it underneath the edge of our bumper first and then line it up. I'm gonna have a second set of hands help me hold this in place while we get the factory skid plate on, and then we'll get our bolts through. Now we can install our 4 bolts on the front side. It's going to be the same setup as the back with the lock washer and flat washer, except we're using the smaller of the washers. So now once we have all of our hardware loosely installed, we can take a 5mm Allen bit to tighten down our bolts. And then we can come to the back and tighten down our last 2 bolts with that same 5mm socket. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Barricade skid plate for the Barricade HD off-road front bumper for your 2018 to 2020 F-150, excluding the Raptor. Thank you for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.